every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 223rd day of my challenge where I'm gonna try. Okay, I realized that I am saying my beginnings are so similar, but I honestly am so excited about most of the recipes, and today's I'm so excited because it's just something so cool. I feel like to make at home. I would never think of making such a thing at home, and I actually tried it only one time in my life. Candied apple, that is. This is so fun. Oh my god. And I feel like this is actually something you should eat kind of at home because it's kind of messy and would you choose eating spaghetti? Be honest. Would you choose eating spaghetti outside? This, it's so messy. So candied apple, I feel like, is also one of those things which you just cannot really eat that gracefully outside. So this should be a food dessert for home. So before we move on into the ingredients, I actually wanted to mention the popsicle sticks you need for it. I did find popsicle sticks, but they were so puny and that I thought, if I stick it into the apple, it's so tiny that it won't just hold anything. It might as well break while I'm holding the apple. So the closest thing to a kind of reliable looking stick were these skewers. So I figured I will try using one. If one is too weak, I will just stick 2 or 3 or whatever. I have a lot. So that's one. And where is it? Okay, I have quite a funny story with this. So I totally feel, this is a cinnamon stick, by the way. I totally feel like a thief. I know I'm not, I know logically I'm not, because I did pay for that tea when they brought, I went to a cafe, I met with a friend, went to a cafe, and knowing that I will need 1 cinnamon stick, I thought, you know what, I might as well order this tea where they bring it so nicely with a stick of cinnamon, with some fancy looking dispersion sugar on a stick, crystallized sugar, then with some lemons and whatnot. And I thought, you know what, I'll just kind of I don't know why secretly, but I secretly put it into a napkin and into my bag, and I seriously feel like a thief for that. But I did pay for that tea, right? But I don't know, for some reason I keep feeling like a thief. But I do have a cinnamon stick. I of course could have bought it in a shop, but they sell it in a pack. I don't really use cinnamon sticks that much, and I did have an opportunity there, so I kind of wanted to share this because my friend was laughing with tears when I told her that I feel like a thief for this. For her, it sounded so funny for some reason, so I thought, I might as well share with you because you're my friends as well. So now let's go over all of the rest of the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need 4 apples, washed, dried, and stems removed, 4 popsicle or some other kind of sticks, 200 grams of sugar, 1/3 of a cup of water, 80 grams of light corn syrup, 1 cinnamon stick, some vegetable oil, and some red food coloring. Okay, so let's try. Will this work out? So you want to have your apples already really dry without the stems inside, and take whatever sticks, popsicle or not, you're using and just stick into each apple. So curious, how will this be? This is okay, 1 stick is clearly too little. Let's try 2. Okay. It's good I have a huge pack, right? Okay, better. So I think I'll use 3 per apple. There. Totally secure. actually looks so fun with the 3 skewers inside. Way cooler than just the 1 popsicle stick, if you ask me. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my apples into the fridge so that they get cold, as when I coat them with the candy mixture, the coldness from the apples will help the candy mixture set faster. I feel like every next step in this recipe is more interesting and more fun than the previous one. So now I'm gonna start working on my candy mixture. With the heat off, I'm gonna add to the saucepan sugar, light corn syrup, water, and some red food coloring, which is totally optional, but as I do have some, I mean, oh, why not? Then I will turn the heat to medium-low, and I will bring the mixture to boil. Once boiling, I'm gonna add my stolen cinnamon stick as well. And from the moment I turn the heat on, I will actually start counting 20 minutes, because at 20 minutes mark, I will test the mixture for its readiness, temperature readiness. If you have a candy thermometer, you're aiming towards 140 degrees Celsius. As I don't really have, I will test out Laura's tip, how to see whether the temperature is right. But other than that, the other really important thing is you don't want to use any utensils for mixing. You just want to swirl the pan, and that's it. Okay, 20 minutes have passed, so now let's test it out. I have a little spoon, a glass with cold water. So, we'll do like so. Take a little bit like this, put into the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it didn't really like set yet, so I'm gonna let it cook for 5 more minutes. It should totally have hardened, so as it didn't, it means I need to cook more. Okay, 5 more minutes passed. New little spoon. So curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, it hardened. Did it? I feel like it did. Well, it's not dripping like the other one. So I feel like this is done. Cool. Let's proceed. Okay, first, where to do that? Let's do it here. Let's remove this cinnamon stick. Carefully though. Whoa! Oh, that's water. Okay, that was bad idea. I need to figure out. I should remove the cinnamon stick now somehow. I will clearly have lots of things covered with candy mixture. Oh well, life cannot be too sweet, now can it? Okay, that's done. So now, as I do have really long skewers, I'm thinking I'm gonna cool them down, like let the apples set like so, just because these are heavy glasses, and I believe they will be able to hold their, well, you saw, they are able to hold the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the weight of the apples. What Laura does, she takes a baking sheet, covers it with parchment paper, and then brushes vegetable oil, which you saw among the ingredients. I will not do that, just because I'm thinking this will work out really nicely and they should set really nicely. So now, the most fun part ever. I'm gonna tilt my pan and swirl the apple. Oh my god, look, can you see? This is so cool. A few times until I coat it really nice and thick with the candy mixture. Then I will let it fully drip, and I will swirl it a few times for a few seconds until it kind of sets, and then I will put it into the glass. At least that's my plan. Oh my god, this is so cool! This is the coolest thing ever. Okay, now I'm gonna proceed with the rest of the apples. Okay, I feel like this is too thick. I will go reheat it just a tiny bit. Okay, so now they will go into the fridge for 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna take them out, let them sit 10 more minutes at room temperature, and then I'm gonna try one. Oh my goodness! First of all, I have to say that an accident happened. If you're making like me and putting them into glasses, be aware that they actually can kind of fall out of them because these become quite heavy, believe it or not. Like, apple itself was okay, but once I coated it, it became really heavy. So two of them, my pretty first ones, dropped, and I'm like now so afraid the rest will drop as well. Look. Like it totally broke. I'm so sad. So two of them are like this, and they were actually the best ones, the best looking ones. They have very little air bubbles inside, and this dripping part was not as bad. But I feel like, you know, the ugly truth behind making these at home is whether you hold them like so or put them like Laura did onto a parchment paper, you will have some sign of, you know, how you were cooling them down. Like they won't be as smooth, I think so. So the third apple was actually, I feel like the worst as the candy mixture. I feel like I need to hold this. Like if it drops, you will see me cry. I think. Like this one, it has like such huge bubbles and the dripping is like really obvious. Like air bubbles, I mean. And the last one I showed you just a second ago. I'm like, I have 4 apples. I might as well show all of them to you. Because this is an exciting recipe to try. So this will be really candy. This looks quite well though. I reheated the candy mixture with this one, so it has way less bubbles. I feel like if your candy mixture becomes too cold, then you get these bubbles, like air bubbles inside. And also it's way, like these last 2 apples were so hard to turn. It felt like almost like they stack to the pot, and just it was so hard, you wouldn't think it's an apple. So all those things aside, now I will take this sad broken apple, and I'm standing like almost hugging the countertop just in case they fall, because I'm already so sad. And it looked like glass actually, like all of my kitchen floor was covered with this red glass looking candy. Okay, so my god, I'm like so nervous that they will drop. Let's try. And it's still kind of warm, but I mean I waited 25 minutes in total, so I don't know how to do that. Even with this opening here, man, maybe I covered them a little bit too thick. Oh, that's good. Oh my god, this candy is so good. It so reminds me of something from childhood. Oh, this is tea. This might take a while. Man, that's like crunchy and it's sticking to my teeth. Sorry, but I have to do that. It's kind of hurting me in the mouth. I feel like this is like a activity for evening. I will take a huge plate. I will knock myself out. This is still sticking. Look, this is dripping. What's that? I don't know. How do you make it? Like 4 apples at once. I feel like I should have been quicker. I wasn't hurrying too much. but you definitely should be quicker, because as I mentioned, like once the candy mixture starts cooling down, that becomes way harder. I took such a small bite and I have a legit like candy in my mouth. I feel like this is a lot of candy on top. Oh man, I would get so hyped up if I ate all of this. Is this supposed to be for kids? Anyways, well, this was fun. Definitely fun. I feel like I need to let them like set a little bit better. They're like babies, I feel like I'm looking after them so much. I think I will put them into the fridge very carefully. And then I think I will give my neighbor's kids like these two up. But I mean, they don't look that... I don't know. This is definitely kind of like borderline fail for me this time, but not necessarily because of the recipe, just like it's something you need to be really quick, I feel like, and just perfect the process, I guess. I don't know, let me know. I know there are real like chefs out there who are watching my videos. Can you like, you know, enlighten me? Because this is definitely not something I've done before, and I feel like, well, I didn't do that great. Though this is really exciting. Okay, something's leaking, but the candy itself is super. I really like it. Little by little, I know I will eat it. So anyways, I really hope that this was fun and helpful. If you're planning to make it yourself, watch this video again, like have in mind all the things that can go wrong and just try to avoid them. Be very careful. Like, they break. It's illogical, but I didn't think of that. Like, they really break. Be very careful. That's my tip, biggest tip of all. Anyways, if you want, go and check the original recipe by Laura there. The written one, as always, is in the description box down below on both American and the metric systems. Just because I am converting every single recipe try into the metric system as well, as I'm using one, you know. I'm doing what I'm using. I'm like, but this is really cool though. Like, I cannot stop looking at them. I cannot believe I made them. How not to make those? I'm so curious how to make them more, maybe thinner layer of candy, like these drippings. I feel like if this wasn't here, this would be a perfect apple. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!